Okay, so we're going to talk about the Giants game.
And from the wild card and the whole wild card weekend in the week. And we're going to be reacting to how the Giants played, how the Vikings played, how some of the other teams played, and like some surprising games. The Buccaneers game hasn't happened yet, so that won't be in the this reaction to the wild card week. But I feel like that game will be even. We'll talk about that later. But for now,
and today's featuring animal for the Minnesota Vikings, Morton the Moose.
Or this is going to be one of our featured stuffed animals in it.
And for the New York Giants,
well, we have Flopsy, and this is going to be our other featured animal for all the other teams.
He's not an animal.
Or whatever. For the crazy wildcard weekend, these will be your stuffed animals for this week. And, well, let's start getting to talking.
So first off, the Vikings. In just 7 plays, scored a touchdown at the beginning. Giants did not have a good defense this week. And,
So, I'm saying Daniel Jones had it was an okay game. But
it was a good game.
It was probably his best game. But
just so you know, he's a Daniel Jones hater.
I know. But I'm saying Barkley had a great game. Daniel Jones had his best game. I would say that. Hodgins had a pretty good game. They all had a good game except for the defense, who was horrible. They couldn't stop them.
They got to the quarterback, but after the ball was
they got the last 2 minutes, which they should have been the whole game, so we don't have to worry. But the first one-score game loss for the Vikings this season, which gave me the wild card. The Giants, who no one thought would make the playoffs, are won the playoff game and are going to the divisional round.
So let's talk about that offense. 31 points in the game. Good job. Except that on that drive, they made Jones run the whole time. The man was tired. Let him rest. Hand it off to Barkley. He can get some yards. Yes, he's really good at running. I get that. But if he's really, gassed, don't make him run the ball. Kafka shouldn't have kept calling the run plays. And great job by Breida and Barkley. Breida, on that jet sweep, he fought for the first down. And also Barkley fought for the first down and more. But also, Bellinger, good game. Well, okay, but he got balls.
But Thibodeau needs to keep his cool.
And Thibodeau, no more doing the gritty on the logo, please.
You're not that good, and we have to play the Eagles, so I'm guessing they're going to lose. You never know, but I don't think they're going to win. We almost won.
Thibodeau is good.
We almost won last week with our third-string quarterback
against the Eagles.
Against the Eagles when the Eagles were at home.
And just third-string players.
But Jalen Hurts was injured, and I think he's going to be able to run more this week. So we'll see, but I don't think the Giants are going to win. Hopefully, but not. Okay, now
let's talk about the penalties. So, for the Giants, they had a couple holding, and then that bogus roughing the passer call at that. So I think the reason why was because Max and B Cousins, Dexter Lawrence went like this, for a couple of seconds, and then he wrapped around him, and while he threw it, Dexter Lawrence was taking him down. How was he supposed to see that the ball was thrown?
That was not a good call. And when the coach was complaining that he called a timeout when the Giants ran for it on 4th down and got it.
You're lucky that you didn't get that
Daniel
flag.
Jones. They're lucky that they didn't get the flag for too many men on the field. So they tried to call timeout, but the play happened and they won. Let's talk about the Vikings. So the Vikings, it was okay. I mean, in my opinion, their offense couldn't get stopped. That might have been because of their Giants' horrible defense. But I feel like they had it down pat. The Vikings were great on offense. Their defense, I think this game was an offensive battle. And at the end, the Giants had that touchdown, and they stopped them on that play. I don't know what that play call was. I'm a Giants fan, so I don't care. But I'm saying, if I was a Vikings fan, I would be mad. You can't, the Giants do this all the time. A lot of teams do it. But not when it's fourth down, your season on the line. They throw a 3-yard pass to Hawkinson. You need a... Kirk Cousins needs to throw.
The defense was not good on tight ends. The tight end, every play, he was wide open. So, every play, he would get, 10 yards of separation if he's wide open. And also, the defense fell a lot. Davis, he fell for any time the player cut in. He would go over here, trip, and then the wide receiver would be open. Adoree Jackson, good game. Well, he's injured, so I get it.
But I'm saying Kirk Cousins on that last play of the game, since your season was on the line, you need maybe someone wasn't open, but even though he was trying to throw to Jefferson, I get it, you want to get someone open, but you still need to try and get a first down. I'm a Giants fan, so I don't care, and we made the division round. Now to talk about other games. So, first off, the 49ers-Seahawks game.
The Seahawks, you had it. And then all of a sudden, Geno Smith fumbles. They let Deebo Samuel go 50 yards for the touchdown. And then the 49ers just win 41-23 at that.
Yeah, I wanted the Seahawks to win so the Giants wouldn't have to play the Eagles. But at the same point in time, they were winning, and they just gave it up. Once I saw Geno Smith fumble, I knew that it was going to go downhill, which it did. And so we were doing this fantasy thing with me and my brother and my dad. Not on we were just writing it down, who we think will be the best player. I guess the Seahawks have 24 points. They got 23 because I went for 2. I was mad. But, we all predicted Brock Purdy is pretty good. And I think if the Giants do not make the championship round and lose the Eagles, which probably will happen, 49ers win, I will be rooting for the 49ers to make the Super Bowl and probably win it unless they're playing the Jaguars, who we're going to talk about next in the next game.
Jaguars-Chargers. Horrible game for the Chargers. Winning 27-7.
With all those picks.
4 picks in the first half.
By the Chargers player. And
3 by the same player.
2 by the same player.
No, 3.
I don't know. And then drop kick fun 27-0. Then when the Jaguars scored their first touchdown of the game, in the first half, you could tell that the Chargers didn't care. They were giving up because they thought they would win. And just like the Chargers do, they choke. And
then they lost 31-30 at that.
And the Jaguars kicked them to a victory. So that's what happens when you don't, keep playing. And I'm rooting for the Jaguars to win the AFC now and to beat the Chiefs. Probably won't happen. Yeah. You never know, though.
Otherwise, I want the Bengals to win the AFC.
Yeah, and the Bengals will play the Bills, which we will talk about next. That game,
Damar Hamlin,
but I'm saying that game was I was screaming at the TV because I wanted the Dolphins to win. So for the Bills and Dolphins game,
close, way better than we thought.
The Dolphins had less of a chance to win than the Seahawks, and they did a pretty good job, a really good job.
Way better than the Seahawks.
I think they were losing 17-0. Then they scored a field goal, which put them on the board, 76. And then they got another field goal, 79. 2 picks by Josh Allen. He was having a messed up
fumble return.
79. The next half, a fumble return on the first play for Josh Allen, 17-17. Or no, I think that's when they got the ball back or something. Or no, that was the first play, so it was 24-20. Then Skylar Thompson in the backfield throws a pick. You can't let that happen because now Dolphins, they think now they're in bad shape because they just let that happen. 27-24. They don't get it off. Bills get a touchdown. What was the score? I think
34-31.
30? No, it was 10. 34-24. Then it turned into 34-31, which I thought was good. Then they need to stop taking so much time to get the ball and snap
Skylar
it.
Thompson explains the play, takes him 15 seconds, and then he waits 9 seconds on the play clock. And when he snaps it, there's barely even 1 second left. Last play, when there was a delay of game, no timeouts left.
Okay.
The coach was was calling the play, and it took him 20 seconds.
Okay, but I have to say, even though Josh Allen would have probably gotten the first down anyways and the game would have been over, Devin Singletary did not score that first down at the end, and that was a very bad call. But they said it, and I think the Bills would have won anyways. So the Bills will play the Bengals. And then next game, since we already did the Giants and Vikings, will be the Bengals and Ravens.
So Bengals-Ravens. Bengals got a field goal, stopped the Ravens. Scored a touchdown with Jamar Chase, and somehow missed the extra point. How does that happen?
Well, I mean, at the end, the Ravens, they look like they can get it. And when J.K. Dobbins said they need Lamar Jackson to win, I get it. But to not show up at the game at all is just, you can't do that if, to your team. That just shows, you're bad, to your team, and you're not, a good sportsmanship. But I'm saying that play, I mean, they were so close to a touchdown. If Tyler Huntley could just run it in, one more yard, they would have gotten a touchdown. But then he reaches into the touchdown. Bengals pulls it away, and they go to the touchdown. And then,
and he also
they almost scored a touchdown on a Hail Mary
Can I
play.
just say something?
4th and 6, and he dropped it.
He needed an oxygen mask at the end after he returned the
I'm saying,
fumble.
but he was this close and they dropped it. But at least they, the sumo. No, I'm kidding. But at least they, got a chance to be in the playoffs, and the backup did pretty well.
And so far, we don't know about the Cowboys and Bucks.
Which I feel like since the Cowboys are clowns, just like this guy kind of looks like a clown, they could lose to the Bucks, who
Because
are
the Bucks,
horrible
but the Bucks,
this season.
But Tom Brady never lost to the Cowboys in his career.
No, I do think the Cowboys will choke, or this is our year, but it isn't. So
the Cowboys never win in the playoffs normally. Now, normally they're so good in the season, and then they just choke like the Chargers.
Well, so those are all the games. And then next week we'll be doing Jaguars, Chiefs at 4, Giants, Eagles at 8, which I am
Saturday.
Arguing on Saturday. What's the next one? I think at 3 it's Bills, Bengals, and then 6 is 49ers versus whoever wins, Buccaneers, Cowboys. I think the first game on Saturday should be Giants, Eagles. Then the night game should be Bills, Bengals. The 3 o'clock game on Sunday should be Jaguars, Chiefs, and then the 6 o'clock game should be the 49ers game. But, the NFL does what they do, and I can't wait to watch the Giants game. They probably will lose, but hopefully they don't. See you next week. Special thanks to Morton the Moose, Flopsy the dog, and Sumo. We don't know his name, so we're just saying his name is Sumo. Thanks for watching, and
see you guys again very, very soon.
See you guys in the divisional round. Sumo.